My girlfriend fed another guy with her hands while we were together, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm 20, from Gujarat, and I've been with my girlfriend for 3.5 years. It started back in school, and like most young love, it felt like it would last forever. Then COVID hit, and our relationship was stretched thin over long distances. She moved to another city for college, and since then, it's been a constant cycle of breaking up and getting back together. But every time, no matter how messy it got, we couldn't stay away from each other. We always came back. Her life has never been easy. Her parents are separated. Her dad stays in their home, and her mom lives with her brother. About a month ago, she found out her dad's in a relationship with someone else, and it shattered her. She was broken, crying for days. She's been dealing with the trauma of their toxic marriage since she was a kid, watching them fight, watching them talk about divorce, and now this. It's like her life has been one long string of betrayals. 2 weeks ago, she found out her mom wasn't any better. She stumbled across her mom's chat with a colleague, and it wasn't the kind of message you send to someone you work with. Her own mother doing this behind her back. It was like everything she believed in about family was collapsing right in front of her. Then we had another breakup. She said she couldn't handle everything, the pressure from school, the weight of her messed up family. She told me she couldn't focus on anything and needed space. So, she left. But, like always, she came back, and I, like a fool, took her back. I love her too much to let go, no matter how much it hurts me every time. But something was off. For days, she kept telling me she needed time, that her life was too much for her to handle. She said her mind was stuck on her parents, on how messed up everything was. I asked her, if I was going through hell, would you walk away from me like this? She said no. So how could she expect me to walk away from her now? And then yesterday she dropped a bomb. She told me something that I still can't wrap my head around. She said that when we broke up the last time, she was in a dark place, depressed and empty. Some guy from her college, a classmate, proposed to her. He told her to take her time to answer, but she knew she was going to say no. Still, we got back together shortly after that. No harm done, or so I thought. But then she told me about what happened when we were together. The guy came to meet her at the canteen at her university. She wasn't feeling well because of her period, and they had lunch together. That's when it happened. He fed her with his hands. He fed her, and she, my girlfriend, fed him back. When I asked her why the hell she did that, she said she wasn't in her right mind, that she was too overwhelmed by everything going on with her family and friends. She said it was a mistake. But a mistake? Feeding someone with your hands isn't a slip-up, it's intimate, it's deliberate. But it doesn't end there. A few days later, she went to a college party. In the middle of it, her parents called, and they had a huge fight over the phone. She had an anxiety attack so bad she couldn't even breathe. And who was there to comfort her? That same guy. He held her hand, and she held his hand back. She tells me it was just for comfort, but she held his hand while we were still together, and the next day she told him no, she wasn't interested in him. But how does that fix anything? She's been crying for days now, saying she's turned into her parents, that she's a horrible person, that she never meant to do any of this. I had no idea all this was happening behind my back until yesterday. She says she doesn't love him, that she never did. She says it was all a mistake, that she was hurting so much from her family and life, she didn't know what she was doing. She thought hurting someone else would make her feel better. She keeps asking why I'm forgiving her. She says she doesn't deserve me, and maybe she's right. But I love her. So I forgave her. I told her it was okay if it wasn't intentional, but deep down it's not okay. It'll never be okay. I can't get the image of her feeding him, of her holding his hand out of my mind. It's driving me insane. I love her more than anything, but my mind keeps replaying that scene like a nightmare I can't wake up from. I don't want to leave her. I don't even know if I can. but the thought of her with another guy is eating me alive. I want to trust her, but something inside me is broken. She swears she'll never do anything like this again. But what if she does? What if I'm just setting myself up for even more heartbreak? I'm stuck between wanting to move on and not being able to. I love her, but I don't know if love is enough to fix this. I can't shake the feeling that something inside me has changed, and I'll never be able to look at her the same way again. Please, if anyone has any advice, I don't know what to do anymore.